So now it is official. As of now, I am a retired hockey player.
When I quit in 1960, all the directors or the general manager, they were all young people, and that's the year when Mr. Selke was fired. Not fired, but they asked him to quit and to stay on the side with the organization. And they didn't want any old-timers or any of the old players in it with them. They gave me a good job with the organization. They cut my salary in half. That's the reason why I just quit the organization. And not only that, I think they were just using my name for the publicity and to keep the French Canadiens with the organization.
Maurice Richard is not the kind of man who will speak ill of those who've wronged him. So he's silent when you ask him about Molson's, the beer corporation that owned the Canadiens. All we know is that he will not abide a glass of Molson's draft at a tavern or a bottle of Molson's within 10 miles of his camp. They called the Rocket the Babe Ruth of hockey. Yet while Ruth, the baseball player, was earning better than $80,000 a year, Richard, at the peak of his career, was paid $25,000 plus bonuses if the team won it all.
We were just like slaves, because when you sign with a hockey club in those days, you had to stay with them, and you couldn't get any more money somewhere else because all the owners were together, and they didn't bring up the salary too high, and they were making better money in those days than what they're doing today. I'm pretty sure of that.
If a man of your stature, however, had decided that he wanted to have a players' union, the management couldn't have very well fired you.
Probably, but I don't think I was the type of guy for that. I think I was a little bit too shy at the beginning, and at the end, I didn't want to be better than the others, so I just shut my mouth and never said anything.
The city built an arena and named it after their saint. It is perhaps an appropriate and satisfactory monument. But life goes on. The man is elsewhere. Late Monday nights, he can be found dressing for an amateur league hockey game.
How old are those skates?
Oh, not too old. 5 or 6 years old.
How long do they usually last?
Well, today they can last another 10 years, 10 or 15 years. When I played, it didn't last very long. We used to go through 3 pairs of skate a season. Sometimes we had to change the blade. It's different today.
It would have been good, said the Rocket, if one day I could have played on the same team with my sons. Gordie Howe is lucky. I guess I was born 20 years too soon. So while Howe plays for millions with his 2 sons in Houston, the Rocket, on Monday nights, as midnight approaches, referees. In this 4-team amateur league, 2 of his sons face off. The Rocket had dreams of his sons playing to the roar of the same crowds he did. One of them was a fine enough hockey player to reach the level of Junior A. But when the boys didn't give off the same incandescence as their father, the crowds rode them mercilessly. Now he has another son on the way up. He doesn't have the same problem, said the Rocket, because now the crowds scarcely remember me. The man we were looking for was Maurice Richard, the folk hero, the saint. We wanted to see the fire and the flash that made Richard the Rocket, the idol of millions. What we found was a quiet, friendly, 54-year-old man who has retired firmly, if not entirely happily. And if he lives in the past a little, you have to bear in mind that his past is what he is.